Are you constantly checking your phone just so you don't have to think about your life? Once upon a time, lived a young man called Leo. Leo was 26, and he was the king of distraction. He had a job he hated, a relationship that was falling apart, and a mountain of bills he refused to open. Every time a moment of silence appeared, Leo killed it. He scrolled through social media for hours, played video games until 3 a.m., and kept his headphones on even when there was no music. He thought he was coping. He didn't realize he was being hunted. He was running from the truth, that he was settling for a life he didn't want. If you've ever felt like your busyness is just a mask for your fear, this story is for you. Leo's life was a series of almosts. He almost quit his job to start his dream business. He almost told his partner how lonely he felt. But every time he got close to the truth, he felt a knot of anxiety in his chest, so he reached for his phone. He was drowning in digital noise. He was losing his sleep, his health, and his spark. He felt like a ghost in his own apartment. One weekend his phone broke. For the first time in years, he was trapped with his own thoughts. The anxiety was so loud he couldn't breathe. He realized that his distractions weren't his hobby. They were his prison. He decided to visit his uncle, a man who lived in a small coastal town and was known for being brutally honest and incredibly at peace. Leo traveled to the coast. He found his Uncle Ben sitting on a porch, staring at the ocean. No phone, no TV, just the sound of the waves. Leo agitated and said, "Uncle, I can't stay still. My mind is a war zone. I feel like if I stop moving, everything will fall apart. I'm successful on paper, but I'm miserable inside." Uncle Ben looked at him with calm eyes and said, "You aren't miserable, Leo. You're just a coward. You're afraid of the man you'll see if the noise stops. You've been running from your own reflection for 5 years." Ben led Leo to a small, empty room at the back of the house. It had one wooden chair and a small table. On the table sat a single, unlit candle and a notebook. Uncle told Ben, "Your task is simple. Sit in this chair. Do not move. Do not look at anything but that wall. You must sit here for 3 hours in total silence. No phone. No music. Just you and the truth." Leo laughed. 3 hours. That's easy, Ben. We'll see. Most people would rather jump off a bridge than be alone with their own thoughts for an hour. If you leave this room before the time is up, you'll never find your peace. The first 30 minutes were torture. Leo's leg wouldn't stop shaking. He wanted to check his notifications. He felt an intense urge to get up and leave. Then the memories started. He saw the face of his father, whom he hadn't called in months. He saw the business plan he had hidden in a drawer. He felt the crushing weight of the safe life he was living. He started to sweat. He realized he wasn't busy. He was paralyzed by the fear of failing. He started to cry. He realized he was wasting his youth because he was afraid of being judged by people who didn't even care. In that room, without a screen to hide behind, he finally faced the truth. "I am living a lie." The moment he admitted it, the anxiety didn't get louder. It stopped. The room felt lighter. The silence was no longer an enemy. It was a friend. Uncle Ben opened the door. Leo was still sitting there, but his face was wet with tears and his breathing was slow and deep. Leo then told his uncle, "I saw it, Uncle. I saw why I was running. I was afraid that if I tried and failed, I'd have nothing left. So I chose to do nothing and pretend I was busy." Uncle Ben nodded his head and said, "Whatever thing you refuse to face will control you. It will make you pick the wrong job, the wrong partner, and the wrong life. But when you look it in the eye, it becomes a lesson, not a monster. The truth doesn't make life easier, Leo, it makes it real." Leo went back to the city. He didn't throw away his phone, but he stopped using it as a shield. He opened the bills. He called his father. He sat down and wrote the first page of his business plan. He realized that the quiet wasn't scary anymore. It was where his power lived. What are you hiding from today? Is it a conversation? A debt? A dream? Stop running. Sit still. Face it. Because the only thing scarier than the truth is a life lived in a lie. If you're ready to stop running and start facing your own truth, like this video and share it with someone who is currently too busy. Subscribe to our channel for more stories on reclaiming your life. Stay honest, stay brave, and stay peaceful.